Hey guys, Jib here and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Infinity Ward and how as of recently they might be feeling the sting a little bit. Now if you're wondering what I'm referring to, the Game Awards happened last week and Infinity Ward was up for one of the best multiplayer game awards, and they ended up losing to Apex Legends, which was made by Respawn Entertainment, who was made up of the majority of people from Infinity Ward who made Modern Warfare 2. So after this whole lawsuit situation, most of the people up and quit. They formed their own studio under EA. They made Titanfall 1, they made Titanfall 2, and then they put out this free game called Apex Legends, which was a battle royale game set thematically in the universe of Titanfall. And they ended up winning a free-to-play game by ex-Infinity Ward employees, beat out a AAA high-budget game under Activision from Infinity Ward. They lost handedly. So this has got to sting Infinity Ward just a little bit, knowing that, you know, a free-to-play game of their ex-employees beat them, especially when they probably had this massive budget and Respawn may not have had anywhere near it. So that's definitely got a sting. And with Modern Warfare, at least online, there might be a lot of people who aren't online talking on Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, and things like that. At least online, there's a lot of negativity around Modern Warfare. And what sucks is there's no communication coming out of Infinity Ward at all anymore. Before the game released and in the demo, there was a lot of talk about communication, relaying things, wanting to talk to the community. And then all of a sudden the game comes out, people are not happy. Some assholes did send negative comments their ways, even worse assholes sent death threats, things of that nature. And then they have completely and utterly clammed up. There is nothing coming out of Infinity Ward other than when the DLC or the patch notes drop, we get a little bit of information about how the game has been slightly altered to fix some bugs that should have been fixed a long time ago. But outside of that, they're completely and utterly silent, to the point where there was a Modern Warfare stream, and the entire chat was just hashtag remove skill-based matchmaking. The entire thing as it was rolling by. No other comments, and of course they're not going to address it. That's one of the biggest things the community wants, the vocal community wants to be acknowledged, to be removed, or just to be altered in any way, shape, or form, and at the very least, they're not even talking about it. So that's gonna start smarting. So I wonder if with the Game Awards and them losing to their, you know, people who used to work for Infinity Ward, who made top tier nostalgic CODs that everyone loves, that was a free-to-play game, I wonder if this stings a lot. And I wonder if this is also going to make them feel as if they shouldn't even try anymore when it comes to Modern Warfare. For this Season 1 DLC, we're getting 3 old maps, and we're getting gunfight maps, and we're getting a ground war map that has already been released that is obviously chunked out from the Battle Royale map. Somebody went into Spec Ops mission and was able to go up high in the sky in a glitch and actually show off the entire Battle Royale map. But I wonder if this is going to end up demotivating them, because they're getting hit from every single angle at this point when it comes to Modern Warfare, and you really don't even see much positivity. And there's been a lot of posts on Reddit where shit posts, the clips are hitting like the front page of Reddit, like they're getting upvoted so much, and it's like clips or stupid little memes, and it's like it's very rarely that you're seeing anything positive on the Modern Warfare subreddit that's taking off. And once you get to the front page, I think Reddit is in like the top 10 websites in the world or something like that, don't quote me on that, but you get to the front page of that, that's a lot of eyes being put on your game, and if it's not positive, it's gonna hurt. So I'd imagine right now the devs are feeling pretty bad right now. Pretty bad. Because they did win an award. To give them credit, they won Best Audio Design, of all things. I have to say, this has to be based off campaign. There's no way that they took multiplayer into account, with a lot of people have been complaining about footsteps and having their eardrums blown out when any streaks come on the map or just tanks rolling through, because it's extremely loud. So it has to be based off of the campaign, but that's the only award they walked away with. And there was a time when Call of Duty walked away with a metric ton of awards, and now we've gone down to the point where it's just best audio design. So it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. And I probably are not going to give us that overhaul. So I'm curious, because like with Black Ops 4, Treyarch clammed up. They stopped communicating. They weren't wanting to do whatever the community was asking, or at least trying to get people to talk about. And now, you know, Infinity Ward's following two routes right now. You know, World War II launched in a state, people weren't happy, started dying, they did a massive overhaul, but that was after two of the top devs had to be removed or promoted or whatever, and then the game was actually able to change because the people who had the power no longer had the power. And then with Treyarch, they just clammed up, they did, and they stuck to their vision no matter what, and you see where we got. So it's kind of like Infinity Ward right now is following the whole we're just gonna stick to our vision and we're gonna clam up. So I don't know, this, we're still not seeing any talking. Like at the very least, Infinity Ward, say something, like come out and say that the matchmaking is going to stay the way it is, right? Come out and say that we're not altering this, we're not altering that, it's gonna stay this way. At the very least, say something. Get on the subreddit, answer people's questions, but don't be on Twitter with some of the devs like Joe Secott getting snarky and smart with people. It's not how you want to go about that, because you're borderline following DICE with, if you don't like it, don't buy it, with, you know, Battlefield 5, and we saw how that happened. Their sales massively underperformed. So another thing we could be waiting on is Christmas, whether the Christmas news are going to come in full force. I know we're not going to see many of them because of skill-based matchmaking, but in regards to the player numbers jumping up, or if the microtransactions might jump up, because we get a massive amount of players coming on and then they buy the battle pass and then they buy out a lot of tiers in the battle pass, well, maybe profits are going to shoot up, and maybe they're sitting and waiting on that. You know, for all we know, in the background they have a massive game overhaul ready to go. And if, you know, the Christmas time falls flat on its face and is, you know, scaring them because Papa Activision's gonna come break their foot off in their ass, they might be sitting on it and waiting. Oh, numbers are bad, we need to keep whoever we can, pushes this massive update. Or if a lot of people come on at Christmas, sales are up, microtransaction sales are up, all this stuff, then they don't have to push it, or maybe hold on to it way down the line. But the communication is just, it's bad. Like, we need something, and silence is not the answer, and silence is one way to just prove you don't care about the community. It's just not the way you should be going about your game, Infinity Ward. You really just, if you're not even going to alter it, just say something. That's all you got to do, just say something. But I don't know, that's where I sit. I'm just curious where this is going to go. I'm going to be most likely doing my typical Christmas stream to see how the new players come online, if we find any of them, and how the game is performing overall then. Because as of right now, I have been noticing I've been getting put back in the same lobbies over and over. And typically you don't see that until months and months into the game's life cycle, where there's less players. There's all these other factors going on. So, I mean, it could be the matchmaking algorithm that's constantly putting me back in the same lobby, or it could possibly be the numbers are down. There's been a lot of reports of people having worse connections in their lobbies. Those who have the actual ping numbers on PCs have been showing people they're going up against 150 to 240 ping, which in this day and age is horrid. We've had people posting clips of bullets going straight through people and not registering at all. I've been noticing, like I said, going in and out of the same lobby. I think my record right now for December of having, what is this, 2 months after release, 2 full months, I've been backing out and put in the same lobby 4 times. I think that's my record so far, and I've had it happen a couple times in Ground War, and you would think most people are in Ground War, you would think, but I could understand if they were in Standard 6v6, but Standard 6v6, I have been put into the same lobby 4 times. Ground War 3, I think, is the record for that so far. So that personally kind of concerns me. If it can't give me different lobbies, I personally think it's the matchmaking algorithm that's causing this, because I don't think the game's dead on that level yet. I know Ghost died really quick. World War II was taking hits, but I don't recall getting put in the matches like back to back to back to back to back. And sometimes I would sit there and wait a while. I've also been encountering lobbies in which they're dead. We've had multiple games where it was like 4v4 the entire game, or it was 5v1 on the enemy team, or the whole enemy team just cancels out and then just no one gets put in. Like, we can go a full 10 minutes of a 4v4 and no extra people get put in, which is concerning to me as well. So Infinity Ward, you need to start addressing some of these issues. So that's the only thing you can do, because if you don't, you know, this might be the quickest dying Call of Duty we've ever seen, and World War II was pretty fast. Ghost was extremely fast. So I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Drop a like on the video if you can. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.